The role of faculty sort of as enablers of this model of education to be somewhat lacking. So what would we tell faculty to sort of pass on in the classroom?
So Mahesh, this actually is actually one of the great challenges. I mean, you're an educational leader yourself, and you've seen it. What you typically see is that we mostly don't need to convince our kids. They're more or less ready to try new things. I don't usually need to work very hard to convince senior management. But senior professors can be a very, very tough nut to crack, because they say, hey, wait a minute, I'm a mechanical engineer or electrical engineer, and I learned things in this way, and I was taught in such a way, and I have certain very clear sort of ideas about how the material needs to be taught and so on. But our world is changing. And our world is really changing faster than we could have even ever imagined. And that's where I find that I need to really spend a lot of time is actually in that dialogue with the faculty in terms of saying, hey, how do we move ourselves to the next level? How do we make sure that we don't get left behind because we are unwilling to test the waters or so?
Sure.
And that's something where, of course, I mean, in an educational institution like this, I mean, the faculty are actually key. But what is also very heartening to see at most institutions is that there's also a whole bunch of folks who are trying new things and who want to say, look, I want to combine new aspects of into education, whether it's certain types of practical work or artificial intelligence or some kind of machine learning or statistics. So I mean, those are things that a lot of options are becoming open to us now with all of the advances, but you have to see if you can actually translate that into a scalable and usable approach within education.
Sure. That scalability is, I think, what, to be fair to faculty, is what worries them.
But I totally understand.
Yeah. So maybe, like even something as simple as grading interdisciplinary courses, projects.
How do you do that?
Oh, yeah. So there's a challenge there.
It's
real
a challenge. No, but it's a real challenge, and I really don't want to negate that. How do you measure these things? What metrics do you use? Yeah. But I think one of the things that I have found is valuable, and I'm sure you found that also as from the incubation cell. You need to talk, for example, to the folks who are taking up. So what I say is, let's talk to our partners in industry. What are they looking for?